So here's what I want for you as a mastery leader. Every challenge you have in life, I want you to see the opportunity. Don't ever think there's never a way. There's always a way. There's always a way to find. All right, here we are. We're on the life skill of belief, and that's having the yes, I can attitude. Okay. When we go down here, who's a strong leader and would like to read this for us? Aiden?
Belief is having the yes, I can attitude always, no matter what. It is the ability to see the invisible and perceive beyond the evident. Belief is the total commitment to a goal such that there exists no possibility of any end other than the desired. Belief is our inner power channeled through our core values towards the fulfillment of our goals. Absolutely everything we do in our lives, in fact, is based on our belief. Every action we take, every decision we make, every single thing we do stems from what we believe. If we believe this, we do that. If we believe something else, we do something different.
Give Aiden a hand. Good job, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so let's talk about that really quickly, and then Olivia and Sophia are going to go on. Just like the gentleman that was the Nike salesman, he had a different set of beliefs as the first salesman. The first salesman didn't have he had a limiting belief. The other one had an abundance amount of belief that anything's possible. And that's what we want for you. That's what your parents want for you. That's what your family, that's what your instructors want. So we need to expand our horizon of what's possible and never accept no as an answer, okay? All right, Olivia, Sophia, who wants to go first? All right, go ahead, ladies.
So should I do both of them, two of them, and then two?
Yeah, we learn and then often, okay?
Okay. We learn most of our beliefs in our community, environment, or the country we grow up in, and mostly from our parents, teachers, and mentors. Often, the most influential beliefs in our lives are negative and tend to limit us. Positive beliefs, however, are the best way to achieve total happiness and success in life. We must eradicate negative, limiting beliefs, which bring us negative or limited results. We must always choose positive, empowering beliefs, which bring us closer to our goals.
Great job. Give her one clap. So can I share with you guys another personal story talking about how your parents, see, that's why I think your parents appreciate mastery so much, because they understand that the messages you're listening, even if you don't have a great class one day, the messages you hear in the mastery class are still getting infiltrated into your mind on a deeper level. And they're forming your beliefs as a child, because right now, all of you are in the perfect ages of your life of forming the beliefs that will serve you or hurt you for the rest of your life. Here's a belief that was growing up in my house. Are you ready for this one? You guys might laugh a little bit. Are you ready? Every morning, my dad used to wake me up. And here's what he used to say: son, it's time to get up. And he used to wake up and he goes, son, listen to me. If you're going to be a garbage man in this world, I want you to be the world's best garbage man there ever was. I want people to see you in church and say, you see that guy right there? He's the best at what he does. He's the cleanest, he's the happiest, he's the most efficient. He right there is the best at what he does. Now, my dad wasn't asking me to be a garbage man. He was putting the belief inside me that anything I do, I'm going to try my best to be the best at what I do. That was a belief growing up in my house. Raise your hand if you have any certain beliefs in your house that you'd like to share. Aiden? All right, let's stop this for 1 second. I let you tell me a belief that happens in your house. way down here. All right, right there. Go ahead.
Wait, where do I start again?
We must control our beliefs, or they will control us.
Okay. We must control our beliefs or they will control us. We become what we believe, and what we believe usually becomes reality in our lives.
Perfect. We're going to touch upon that in a minute. Give her a hand. Nice job. All right, Katie, would you like to finish us off, sir? Excellent. Give Katie a hand. All right. So then we go into the pillars. That'll be next one. Okay. So let's touch upon these ideas. Okay, everybody. So let's think about this one. When we are kids, okay, our parents have the most influence in our lives. They kind of set the foundation of what beliefs they want us to form and the beliefs they don't want us to form. Here's a funny saying, right? If you live in New England, who's your favorite football team? Everybody, somebody unmute yourself and tell me. If you live in New England, the Patriots. Why is that?
New England Patriots.
Because we live in New England. What's that? If we lived in California, the San Francisco 49ers would be our favorite football team. Because it's the environment we grow in that shapes the beliefs that we have. My question is the environments that you're putting yourself in, are they the right beliefs you're going to have soon in the future? And I have to say yes. Your family's very supportive. You're consistent with your mastery training. You're jumping on these meetings every Saturday. You're educating yourself and becoming a more of an influential person in the community. And I think that's phenomenal. So beliefs grow strongly with time. What does that mean? Everybody think about roots in a tree. The longer the tree grows, the longer the tree is alive, the deeper the roots are. It's the same thing with a belief. If I believe people are evil, everybody's bad, everybody's evil, nobody's good, I'm going to grow up with that belief for the rest of my life, and I'm going to look at everybody as a negative point. If I believe that everybody is willing to help other people, everybody cares just as much as me, everybody deserves the same opportunity, I'm going to grow up with that belief. If I believe becoming successful is impossible and I can't do it and I'll never obtain it in my life, I'll never be successful. If I believe that I will be successful and I will thrive and I will become a leader, then I'll be it. So everybody say it with me. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. I'll say it again. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're absolutely right. So, does everybody have a pen and a paper around? Sweet. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to take 3 minutes right now, and I want you to write down 5 to 10 beliefs that you and your family want to start adopting now. Okay? Whether it's, I am respectful, I'm great, I'm a strong kid, I'm positive, I'm going to be successful. Give me 5 to 10 of those and write those down on your piece of paper. I'll give you a few moments, okay? Take your time. I'm just going to highlight you guys. So just take all I want you to do is say, write down, I am smart, or I am strong, plenty of people that love you in this world, and you want to know that one bad negative comment will never ruin your life. Unfortunately, kids with low beliefs in themselves, it hurts their life, but we never want that to hurt your life, okay? All right, who else has some more? Anybody else? Sarah, would love to.
I am unique in my own way.
Sarah, that is awesome. The most successful people in the world are unique in their own way. People like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, who's the owner of this company called Amazon. Probably going to take over if they haven't already. Those guys are so unique in their approaches. That's what made them so successful. All right, does anybody else have any more? Hayden, I'd love to hear it. We're going to turn this up.
Speak these affirmations every morning before you start your day. I have
Let me hear it.
purpose.
I have purpose. Let me hear it.
I am a good person.
I am a good person.
My life has meaning.
My life has meaning.
I am here for a reason.
I am here for a reason.
I am important.
I am important.
I am intelligent.
I am intelligent.
I love who I am.
I love who I am.
I am filled with love.
I am filled with love.
I can change the world.
I can change the world.
I welcome change.
I welcome change. Go, Jordan.
I
Looking good, Aiden.
welcome challenges.
I welcome challenges.
Challenges help me grow.
Challenges help me grow.
I'll be okay no matter what.
I'll be okay no matter what.
I am worthy of your love.
I am worthy of your love.
I am worthy of your respect.
I am worthy of your respect.
I am worthy of your patience.
I am worthy of your patience.
I am worthy of your time.
I am worthy of your time.
I have the power to make my life what I want it to be.
I have the power to make my life what I want it to be. All right, I'm going to mute you guys. I want to hear you now.
Ooh. I am
Let me
unique.
hear Sophia and Olivia.
I make each day better than yesterday.
I make each day better than yesterday.
It's okay if someone doesn't like me.
It's okay if someone doesn't like me.
Because I know that a lot of people love me.
Let me hear you, Sarah.
I know that a lot of people love me.
And I have a great personality.
And I have a great personality.
So opinion will
Let me
ever
hear it, Jordan.
define me.
No one's opinion will ever define me. Never.
I have integrity.
Let me hear it, Aiden.
I am creative.
I am
I
creative.
love it, Aiden.
Well-protected.
I am well protected.
Let me hear it, Kaden.
Learn anything.
I can learn anything.
I work when it's time to work.
I work when it's time to work.
I play when it's time
Let me hear it,
to
Kaden.
I play when it's time to
Love
work.
it.
trying until I win.
I keep trying until I win.
I am patient.
I am patient.
I am patient.
I am
I am
powerful.
powerful.
I
I
am
am
truthful.
truthful. I am
Hear
respectful.
it.
I am beautiful. I am
Let me
healthy.
hear it, Sophia and Olivia.
I'm a problem solver.
I am a winner.
I am improving every single day.
I am improving every single day.
I am improving in every single way.
I am improving. What happened? There you go. All right, guys, give yourselves a hand. Good job, everybody. So that requires some confidence when you're able to say those things and actually speak it out loud. A little awkward in the beginning, right? But it's okay. The more you say it, guess what happens? Does anybody know what happens the more you say it? Go ahead, Aiden.
You get more used to it.
The more you believe it. So my question is to you, what beliefs, no problem, Sarah. What beliefs do you want to have that are going to serve you for the rest of your life? My opinion, when I seen that video, I watched a bunch of them. That one just had the best affirmations for my family. And I feel as though, every kid can value from those. So take it as you want. I can, I'd be more than happy to send you that link. I'll post it on Facebook as well too. It's all you do is type in kids affirmations on YouTube. A smorgasbord of videos come up and you kind of pick whichever one you feel is best for you. So, okay, guys. All right. Who can tell me something that they learned today? Please, ma'am. Go ahead.
I learned something about belief.
Say that again.
I learned that there's different perspectives of that you can see of belief.
Love it. Give her one clap. We have limiting beliefs and we have uplifting beliefs. We have two. Who else can tell me something? Jordan, what did you learn today?
To have belief.
To have belief in yourself first, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Aiden, what did you learn today, sir?
Learn that negative beliefs can be easier to develop.
Very easily. As kids, guess how many times you need to hear a negative belief to believe it?
One
One time. So we got to be very careful on what we hear, okay? Kaden, did you learn something today?
I did, sir.
Let me hear it, sir.
But there are a lot more beliefs in real life than you expect.
Absolutely. Very good, Kaden. I love that, sir. Sarah, how about you?
I learned that what did I learn?
How about the story about the two salesmen?
Yeah, I learned that if you have a positive attitude and you set a goal, you can do it if you have a positive attitude and I forgot my word.
No, it's great. That was perfect. Guys. You know what I learned? I learned we have some future instructors here. You know that, right? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 future mastery instructors. That's what I see. That's what I see, because you're taking the time to invest in yourself, and I obviously I support your family 100% for supporting this training, because I think it's probably one of the most valuable things Mastery does. So I hope you guys had fun today. Next week's lesson will be on the pillars. I will post who will be doing it next week, and I'll see you guys soon. Let's bow our class, okay? Leader, stand tall. Set.
Sir.
Now, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
All right, hands in like me. Say, I'm a winner. 1, 2, 3. of a winner. Good night, guys. Everybody have a great weekend.
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye, everybody. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nice. All right. Hi, Miss Jordan.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Hi, Miss Sarah. Nice to see you, ma'am. Hi, Mr. Aiden.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you, sir? Okay, team, are you guys ready to get started? Perfect. So we're going to start quick with the student creed. So for this part, I want everyone to go ahead and unmute so we can hear all your loud, strong voices. Make sure we can see you strong in the camera. All right. One of you is super loud. So we're going to stay muted for this part, but the rest of you, we can hear strong. Mr. Aiden, you go ahead and unmute, and Miss Sarah, make sure we can see you loud and strong, okay? All right, repeat after me. Everyone say structure.
Structure.
Good. To have discipline.
To have discipline.
To obey what is right.
To obey what is right.
And follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
Good. Say emotion.
Emotion.
To have a positive attitude.
To have a positive attitude.
And a passion for life.
And a passion for life.
Good. Say knowledge.
Knowledge.
To apply what we learn here at Mastery.
To apply what we learn here at Mastery.
To our everyday lives.
To our everyday lives.
Good. And legacy.
Legacy.
To be a leader and a role model.
To be a leader and a role model for others to follow.
And for others to follow.
For others to follow.
Step forward. Say winners never quit.
Winners never quit.
Quitters never win.
Quitters never win.
And I choose
I choose
to be a winner.
to be a winner.
Good. Jump up. Say I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
Nice job. And everyone say ma'am.
Ma'am.
Now say yes I can.
Yes,
I
Nice job. Clap it up for yourselves, team. All right. So really quickly, before we get to our life skill book, we're going to start with a quick warm up to make sure that everybody is moving and ready to go. I just want to make sure everybody is in and all set. Second. All right. There we are. Hello. Oh, hello, ma'am. All right. And can you remind me your name? You can go ahead and unmute. All right. So quick warm up first. Everyone stand up, shake it out. Make sure we're ready to get started. And we're going to start with 10 of our best black belt jumping jacks. Now, if you are loud and strong, you're going to steal the spotlight right here. Let's see who's got it. Ready? 10 of them and count them out strong. Go. Okay, well, you have to unmute to steal the spotlight. You got it. Keep going. Finish strong. Finish strong. 10 of them. Good job, Mr. Aiden. Good, Mr. Jordan. All right. And time. Set. Say, ma'am. Good. Next one, we're going to bend our knees like a box. Horse stance like this. Say, aya! Good. And we're going to do middle punches on my count. When I say 1, you say, aya, level 10. Ready? 1. Good. 2. And 3. Good. Let's have Miss Jordan. Oh, you're not muted. Good. Mr. Aiden, go ahead and unmute yourself too. You guys do not have to be muted for this part. Good. And we're going to triple them up now. Say, yes, I can. Level 10. Each one getting a little bit stronger than the last. Let's see it. Ready? 1.
Yes, I can.
Good. There's those last strong voices. 2.
Yes, I can.
And last was 3.
Yes, I can.
Nice job. Seth, say, ma'am.
Ma'am.
And Belle, say, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Nice job. Team, clap it up for yourselves. Good. And let's get stretched out super quick. Everyone reach up, touch the sky. Reach up, reach up. Nice job. Reach up, touch your toes. Good job, Miss Sophia. Reach, reach, reach. Good. And count back from 5. Go. 5,
4, 3,
4, 3, 2,
2,
1. Nice job. And shake it out. Good job. Everyone set it down. Oh, Mr. Aiden, we lost you. There you are. Good. Belle, say, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
All right. So really quickly, before we move on, today we're going to be talking about self-awareness. Right? So that's the part of discipline, the last part of discipline in our book today that we're going to go over. Before we do that, I want to finish our warm up with the pillars. Who knows all of the pillars of discipline? I know that some of you guys got tested on them last week, so I'm sure that you know them and you're going to do great. So let's go ahead and unmute for this part. And we're going to do them after me, level 10. Do you have a question, ma'am? Or are you just raising your hand?
Raising my hand.
Left to raise
because
for a
I
long
know
time.
the
All right,
pillars.
good job. All right, so everybody follow me. loud and strong, and we want our voice to match our body right now. So we're gonna do the movement level 10. Let's see it. Ready? Say commitment.
Commitment.
Good. Say punctuality.
Punctuality.
Good. Say goals.
Goals.
Nice job. Focus.
Focus.
Persistence.
Persistence.
Good. Say determination.
Determination.
Responsibility.
Responsibility.
Courage.
Courage.
Fitness.
Fitness.
Vision.
Vision.
And passion.
Passion.
Nice job. Clap it up for yourself, team. All right. So right now, I'm going to put the discipline book up on the screen so that if you don't have it in person, you can read it from the screen. Okay, we're going to pull it up. All right, you guys can all see this okay? Perfect. All right, so go ahead. We're going to stay muted for this part, but I'm going to pick a couple of people to read as we go through. So just a quick reminder what we worked on for the past few weeks. We started on part 1, which was obedience, right? So obedience, the first level of discipline is before we can have self-discipline, right? We need other people to help us and guide us to know what the right thing is to do before we can do it for ourselves, right? Which we talked about on week 1 this cycle. So that's something that we practice a lot at your age, or maybe even a little bit younger, is knowing who to listen to first, right? Who are the first people in our lives that we should be listening to and following what they tell us? Mr. Aiden.
Our parents.
Our parents, good answer. Right, so then number 2, we get to self-discipline, right? So once we know what we're supposed to do, once our parents, our teachers, our mentors, our instructors at Mastery, once we know the difference between right and wrong when we're a little bit older, it's our job to follow those things that we know we're supposed to do on our own. For example, let's say we know we're supposed to make our bed in the morning, right? Obedience is mom and dad tell us, go make your bed, and we do it, right? That's one form of discipline. Number 2 is before mom and dad tell us that we need to do it, we know it's a chore that we have, so we do it by ourselves, right? Who makes their bed every day without being reminded? Good. Now, if you don't, that's okay, right? But that's something that we can start to practice now that we've gone through this whole discipline book and we know what it is that we need to work on. Good. Who can give me another example of self-discipline? Something that we could do on our own, that we know the rules and we can do it by ourselves. Miss Jordan, go ahead and unmute.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Perfect. We know we need to do it twice a day for 2 minutes, right? We don't wait for mom and dad to tell us. We do it on our own as leaders. Mr. Aiden, go ahead.
Studying.
Studying. Perfect. Right? If we have a test at school that we know we need to study for and work hard to get there, we don't wait until the last day and for mom and dad to tell us to do it. Miss Jordan, one more.
Do your homework.
Doing your homework. Perfect. All by yourself. Good answer. All right, moving on. Last week, we talked about level 3, which is self-control, right? And self-control is a super important part of discipline. We know the right thing, but sometimes, right, our emotions or other things might affect us and keep us from wanting to do those things, right? For example, Ms. Jordan used the brush your teeth example. Sometimes at night, we're tired, we've had a long day, and mom and dad tell us to brush our teeth and we might not want to do it, right? But if we have self-control and we know what's good for us, we keep control of our emotions and we do what we're supposed to do anyway, right? Self-control when your mind controls your body. So that's what we talked about last week. Now we're going to talk about self-awareness. So we're going to start with the first paragraph here. All right, and let's have, you guys can all see it up on the screen? Good. Who thinks they can read level 10 for me first? All right, Miss Jordan, you're going to read this first paragraph here. Okay, so all the way up to the world around us. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good. Go ahead, ma'am.
Self-awareness is when we understand what we must do in our lives and motivate ourselves to do it. It is when we align
Good.
our distance and
Good.
actions with what is right beyond our emotions. It is when we have the understanding of why things encore and how our actions or interaction, distance or lack thereof,
Good.
and even
Tensions. Good.
intentions affect ourselves and the world around us.
Good. Clap it up for Miss Jordan. Nice job, ma'am. Good. So those are a lot of big words in there. You did a great job. How old are you, Miss Jordan?
7.
7 years old, and you had the confidence to read that right in front of everybody. Nice
I'm
job.
gonna be 8 on July 5th.
Oh, well, happy not so almost birthday. All right. So what this paragraph is talking about is just understanding that what we do, right, it doesn't just affect us, right? Self-discipline, we do things because we know we're supposed to do them and they're good for us, right? And having self-control, a lot of the times we think about stuff for us, like brushing our teeth or doing our homework, right? But what we do and our discipline level affects all of the people around us, right? For example, if you guys, how many of you are in online school or have done online school instead of going in person, right? So if you think about it, if you have really good discipline in that online class and you're setting a good example for your team and you're listening to the teacher, focusing on work, you're raising your hand to answer questions, that's gonna motivate the other students to do the same thing, right? If they're your friends and they look up to you as a leader, then they're gonna copy and do the same. But if you're sitting in the online class and you have your screen off, or maybe you're watching YouTube on a separate screen, right? I know that's something that can happen. If you're doing that, it's a bad example for your team. And now your not discipline, your lack of discipline could affect other people too. Does that make sense? So we always want to try to set the example for our teammates, even if they're just our friends, right? Because when our friends do something, we want to copy or do the same thing, right? So we want to make sure we give them something good to copy. All right, next line. Good, Mr. Aiden, do you think you could read this big paragraph here?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And let's cut it in half. So we're going to stop at the universe is a part of us. That sentence there is where you're going to stop. And then the next person is going to read in fact. So make sure that you guys are keeping track of where it is so we don't get lost. Go ahead, Mr. Aiden.
When we develop self-awareness, we are able to exercise an important level of influence in our environment and an absolute tool of our destiny. Here, we understand that every word we say, every action we take, even every thought we have creates a ripple effect that touches other people and nature and our whole environment, and we come to understand that we are a part of everything and everything in the universe is part of us.
Good job, Mr. Aiden. Clap it up for Mr. Aiden. Good. All right. So I need somebody to read the next section and then we'll talk about that paragraph. Who can read it? Good. Somebody new. Where is? I think they're having a hard time with their computer. Miss Sophia and Miss Olivia, you guys will have a part to read if you can jump back on. There we go. All right. Miss Sarah, can you read that next part for me? So go ahead and unmute. From in fact till the end of the paragraph.
She said 1 sec.
I can see, thank you. All right, why don't we have somebody else finish this one and then Miss Sarah, you can read the end. Got it? Good, all right, Miss Sophia, go ahead and read from in fact. You see that on there? The middle of the big paragraph.
In fact, there is such a thing called the butterfly effect,
Good.
which describes how the flapping of a butterfly's wings in the U.S.
Good.
in
Combination.
Combination with certain other specific
Good. Circumstances.
can possibly become the origin of a
Tsunami.
tsunami in China.
Good.
When we have self-awareness, we understand that we can be an important influence in the world, and we find ways to use our abilities to interact with the universe in the most positive way.
Nice job, Miss Sophia. Clap it up for her. All right, so obviously it's a big long paragraph talking about a lot of different things. Can anybody tell me something that they took away from that paragraph in particular before I explain it? Mr. Aiden, who has got an awesome answer, go ahead and unmute.
So basically, in a nutshell, the paragraph was talking about how there are ripple effects, how and anything that whatever you do, like what Newton says, for every action, there is an opposite and positive reaction.
Mhm.
And that is what basically happens. So every time that something happens, it causes another thing to happen.
Good answer. Nice job.
Thank
All
you.
right, so sorry, I'm just gonna make sure that we're muted so that we can hear. So like Mr. Aiden said, basically what we do affects other people that we don't even understand, right? So we think about discipline and we think about what we do and how it affects us, or maybe even a little bit bigger, how it affects our parents or our siblings or our teachers, right? But when you do something, it could end up affecting the entire world, right? So we talked about self-control last week and having control over our emotions. If we're having a bad day, so we let ourselves say something mean to another person, right? Let's say I told my sister, Miss Tellier, that I didn't like her hair that day or something else that's mean. Now she's going to be in that same mood, right? Because I gave that to her. So now she might go and spread it to her friends. And then if they go and spread something mean to their friends, then it ends up affecting a lot of people. But the opposite of that, right? Even if you're not having the best day, if you have good self-control and awareness that what you do can affect other people, and you decide, right, to still make happy choices and to be kind to the people around you, now your leadership and being, a good leader for your team and choosing to say nice and positive things anyway will affect other people too, right? If Mr. Aiden goes to Miss Sarah and says something super nice like, I love your earrings, or you did a great job in class today, right? Then she's gonna go and spread that to other people. And that could end up affecting hundreds, thousands, or even millions of people. Something nice that you did last week might be affecting somebody in another country right now that you didn't even know. Does that make sense? Good. So it's the little things. Or it also talks about the environment, right? If you have the self-discipline and the self-control to know that what you do out in the environment affects other people, like choosing not to litter, right? Or choosing to take time to do community service and go clean up in the woods. Anybody that's part of Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, or maybe you even did it for a project, for your black belt project, right? Going out and cleaning in the environment can affect the entire world, right? So next paragraph, who can read it for me? Miss Olivia, go ahead and unmute. The some people paragraph.
Some people develop their self-awareness naturally, but we can always reinforce it by first practicing obedience in order to learn. Next, we must practice self-discipline by doing what is right without any form of supervision. The next step is to control our emotions in all situations, exercising self-control. Following these steps will help us better develop and enhance our self-awareness.
Nice job. Clap it up for Miss Olivia. Good. So obviously what this is talking about is when you're young, right? There's a lot of things that you might need mom or dad's help or your teacher's help to understand, right? Some of you guys are a little bit older, but some of you, Miss Jordan, you're 7, right? And a couple of you might be around that same age. So when you're younger, one of the best ways to have self-awareness is just by knowing that your parents and your teachers, they know what's best and they want what's best for us, right? So by having good obedience and listening and doing what we're supposed to do, or even at your ages, showing self-discipline, like we talked about earlier, knowing that if it's time to brush our teeth, we go and we do it by ourselves, right? Or if we know that it's time to make our bed, we do it by ourselves without our parents having to remind us, right? That's all gonna set you up for healthy habits so that you can be an awesome leader in the future and have that kind of self-awareness when you're a little bit older. Does that make sense? Good. All right, so we have one more paragraph, sentence. Miss Sarah, can you read that for me? The last line in here.
You should probably turn your volume down because sometimes when I speak it's too loud.
A little bit.
Okay, self-awareness is being aware of ourselves and everything around us. It is when our goals match our purpose in life.
Nice job, Miss Sarah. All right, so that's a super easy, quick one. Just knowing that in order to have self-discipline, we need to know what we're working towards, right? So setting a goal and pushing yourselves to get there, right? So if your goal is to become a black belt, we start by going through all of the belts, right? And taking those small steps and goals one at a time to get there. If your goal is to make the environment cleaner and a better place, then when we're younger, we start by just taking care of ourselves, making sure that we don't waste things, making sure that we're not littering, right? So just making sure that we have those goals set to what we're working towards to have good discipline, right? So does anybody have any questions about this or any thoughts? What's something that you learned today or took away from this page here? Mr. Aiden, go ahead, sir.
I developed a more thorough understanding of the ripple effect.
Awesome. I love your wording, Mr. Aiden. Very articulate. Good answer. So self-awareness is just knowing that what we do affects other people, right? The ripple effect, a tiny ripple in the water can end up spreading across an entire pool or even create waves across the ocean, right? It's the same thing for us. Miss Jordan, go ahead, ma'am.
Doing stuff without being told.
Good answer, right? So that's a part of the self-discipline that we talked about a few weeks ago. But when we learn that when we're younger and we have self-discipline by doing what our parents tell us without being reminded, right? Eventually that's going to help us when we're older to be able to handle those things on our own without anybody having to tell us. We know what's right and we do it on our own. Good. Anybody else? Final thoughts? All right. You guys did an awesome job today. So before we end, hold on one second. There we go. All right, so before we end, we are super proud of you guys for doing such an awesome job. Some of you have been here every single week since the start of January through the entire discipline book. And we're proud of every single one of you for pushing yourselves, for having the confidence to raise your hand and read in front of the entire group. That's an awesome accomplishment, right, in and of itself. Do you guys know that public speaking is the #1 fear in America? It's pretty crazy. And you guys are all under the age of raise your hand if you're 7, 8. Raise your hand if you're 9, if you're 10, 11. Mr. Aiden, how old are you, sir?
13.
13, my goodness. So everyone here, 13 or under, and you just read in front of everybody in this group, which is super awesome. I love the confidence. But we do have one special announcement for Mr. Aiden and Miss Jordan for being here every single week since the beginning of January. Congratulations, you guys have officially graduated through level 1 of the life skill training by completing the discipline book. So everyone clap it up for Mr. Aiden and Miss Jordan. We are super proud of you guys, and for everybody else, if you continue to push yourselves and be here as much as possible, then I know you guys can do it next time too. All right, so awesome job today. We're gonna end together as a team. Everybody put your hands in, and we're gonna say, yes, I can on 3. Hands in, hands in. And then next week, we're going to start with our belief book. So make sure that you have it ready to go. Hands in. Yes, I can on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I can.
Nice job, team. All right, you guys.